Whoa, 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 whoa. I said, what you mean? Woo! You thought it was finished. You thought it was over. You thought it retired. You thought it went fishing with Kobe. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put a partner rapper here like Moses. I'm throwback like a molar roller. I'm cooler than a cup of y'all.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches to come their way. It's Jay Ajayi's Dolphins going up against Latavius Murray's Vikings. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Getting ready is the kicker, Andrew Franks. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner and #1 overall pick from Oklahoma. It's Sam Bradford.
And Sam Bradford, he has touch and accuracy, and he has it in bushels. This guy is amazing. If you watch him throw 7-on-7 or watch him throw routes versus air, the ball hardly ever hits the ground. He's absolutely a receiver's dream when going out for a pass.
Bradford. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's second down. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
So 2nd and 10 here. To throw again. Bradford. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jordan Phillips with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. On play action. Bradford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Cameron Wake in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. And the Miami Dolphins are into the end zone. Position either way, they had pinned them deep, but that's even better.
So in other words, being comfortable with field position, that was going to be okay. But sometimes being greedy is the right way to go. And boy, they take it all the way back, put it in the end zone. A great way to get started for them.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
No gain on the play there. Second down. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
Leadership comes in all forms and all varieties. And when you think about secondaries, you often think about leadership coming from the safety position. But for the Dolphins, Byron Maxwell provides it from the cornerback position. Been in the league for a while, seen a little bit of everything, and still has the ability to cover bigger, taller wide receivers that stalk the NFL fields.
Again, it's Murray. About the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
A dump down to McKinnon. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Dolphins have got it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jarvis Landry, 29 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Franks for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Bradford on second down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jordan Phillips in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Off the play fake, Bradford. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it, and the Dolphins have got it. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The QB, Sam Bradford. Let's take a look at him in our player spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Bradford. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Fighting him off. Oh, what a move. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. A chance for us here to discuss Jarvis Landry. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's Tannehill over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Tannehill to Landry, good for a Dolphin first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. He's going to take a shot for the end. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Bradford now to throw on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Throwing again. Bradford. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And now a first down following that long gain. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. From the gun, Bradford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and a mile. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. One goes incomplete.
On now is Kai Forbath to try to dash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here's Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. On 1st and 10, Tannehill going deep here for Stills. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route.
It's caught inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenny Stills in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes. Miami football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Vikings now punting it away. Grant's got a chance for a return, and he's gone as he sprints into the end zone. The Dolphins with the early advantage. following the forced fumble. Tannehill's going to complete the pass near the sideline. He gone. The lead now at 14. Now 1st and 10. Quick pass, and Jarvis Landry comes up with the catch. And this play would go for 6 as they go up here at 21-0. 1st and 10. Parker is found on the quick pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 28-yard line. Dolphins now later on the drive. Tannehill's deep pass will pay off here, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown. The lead now at 27. Now 1st and 10. Steele is found coming across the middle, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Dolphins way out in front.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Muscles him off. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him. And some room to work. This time a spin. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay Ajayi, 55 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Bradford going to give to Murray on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Vikings on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Bradford. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Miami. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Franks to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up the score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well. Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing. And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard. And now out comes Minnesota. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope. Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On
any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They go with Murray again. And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Bradford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
First down, Murray. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Operating from the gun, Bradford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Second down, Bradford. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Bradford on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First down, Bradford. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes.
First, let's see what second down has in store. To throw again, Bradford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Wake in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
It's ready. From the gun, Bradford. That's caught by Treadwell. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And out come the Dolphins now. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Throwing now, Tannehill. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? He needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
Tannehill now running the option to the right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Here's Matt Darr now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Sherrill's now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Bradford draw play. He gives to Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a second down throw for Bradford. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
But receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage. When you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bradford. Muscling free near the 40. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And he's able to put it through. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.